Hi everyone, my name is Sanchia and my surname is Mattyzen, and I do feel a little bit of the odd one out because I don't have a child with autism at all. I won't be coming to talk to you from any kind of experience of autism, but what I can talk to you from is a place of healing and a place of what it is to be different. So, when I walk into a room, people kind of like, oh, I'm like that Nick Vujicic, no arms, no legs, but oh, you have a facial disability or a disfigurement. So we don't talk about that, do we? People notice that your child is different, but we don't talk about it. They'll talk behind your back, they will judge you, they will say, oh, that parent is getting it wrong, but they'll talk all those things, but they don't come and ask. Somebody here said, everybody has a story and everybody needs a listener. And that is so true, because people need to normalize that it is okay to go to somebody and say, can I help you with your child? Or would you like to talk to me about it? Or what happened to you, Sanchia? And I also know all about bullying, and I'm sure your kids have all had it before. They come home, they're sad, somebody's called me, I'm stupid, I'm mad, I'm crazy, I can't do this, you're dumb, you're a retard, all those terrible words. We've all heard them. I had, oh, you look like the hunchback of Notre Dame. I was bullied, but there was a word that has been used here all the time, and that is the word healing. And with autism, like myself, is that your child could not control being autistic. And they cannot control the fact that they will live with autism for the rest of their lives. And that is a reality. That is your reality as a parent, and that is their reality. And like me, I was born with this disability, and when I was born, there was only 9 cases worldwide of this disability. And also, I will live with this disfigurement for the rest of my life. So I do stand here from understanding that we all need to feel loved and we all need to feel accepted. And how people respond to us and how we interpret that response is our choice. And we need to normalize that too. So I was thinking about it last night, and I've been thinking about when I was asked to come and speak here, what the heck do I know about autism and living with a child with autism. But what I do want to talk about today is a little bit about what about you? Because I hear about supplements for autistic children. I hear about all the exercises. I hear about my journey and living and my experience of being with a child with autism. But what about you? Who takes care of you? And so I started off, and I don't know if you heard about that story of the song, It's Okay. So there is a song that says, and the lady that wrote it was dying of cancer, and she was on America's Got Talent. That's my go-to space. And she wrote a song that It's Okay. And I wrote these words and I said, it's okay to feel tired. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel depleted. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. It's also okay to feel joy, love, and acceptance, and peace. And there are days you want to give up. You want to close the door, and you want to say, I just need a break. When the child is throwing a meltdown, having a temper tantrum, or you're not getting through to her or him, you just want to take some time out. And it is okay. But what I think isn't okay, and it has been mentioned, is to live in a space of guilt, what ifs, constantly thinking that you are not good enough, constantly thinking that you're a bad parent, constantly thinking you're making a mistake, and that I wish my child was like the child next door. And that is not okay. Because your child was given to you, and I've heard here in this room lots of discussion about giving God glory. And the thing is that God gave you that child because he or she needed you. So your child is uniquely different, and he or she needs you to be healthy. Because if you're not healthy, and you've heard about how we're going to do and keep your child healthy, but how do you stay healthy to help your child? And that, and I mean, that very nice looking guy, he can come and be my personal trainer, but that is body, mind, spirit. Okay, and the same thing you want for your child, body, mind, spirit, it's the same thing you need for you too. Because every day, and let me tell you, I'm a mother of 4 as well, and I sometimes think, oh my word, I just need some space from this lot. Okay, and I have to get up and I have to nurture and give, but some days I just think, I need that space too. And I think the same is for parents with children with autism. You need space. You need to acknowledge that you need time out. Because if you don't, you will burn out. So these are some of my suggestions. The one thing I want to say is healing is a choice. The gentleman, I think, spoke first. He said, I'm also a social worker. I've been in counseling for 33 years. Healing is a choice. You can have the best psychologists. You can have the best therapists. You can have the best supplements. You can have the best coach who can give you personal bionetics, whatever. But if you do not choose it for you first, it will not work. So if you don't want to let go of your anger, and if you don't want to let go of your pain, and if you don't want to let go of that guilt, you have to ask yourself why. So just from my own personal experience, I had to decide from a very young age that I had to decide how I'm going to define my life. Am I going to walk around and feel sorry for myself? Oh, I have a skew face. Nobody loves me. God doesn't care about me. Am I going to do that? Or am I going to say, you know what? Stuff the world. I am me. And I've got something to offer. Okay. As much as the DJ over here this morning, with his gorgeous song, touches all our lives. And you see, he doesn't need to say anything. His song says it all. The fact that he's courageous to get up, you know. I came to this university and I thought to myself, nobody wanted to speak to me. I went to an all-girls school and, you know, no boys. Now all of a sudden hit by all these guys. They all stare at you. They don't want to say who you, how you, what happened to you. And so one day I went home and I was in tears and I said, I can't do this. And then I looked in the mirror and I said, I had the choice to say, do I go and get my degree in social work, or do I choose to allow other people to define my life for me? And that's the same as what you have to do for you today, is to fight for your health and your mental well-being, so that you can be true to your children. So these are some of the things I wrote down. Understanding everything, and somebody laughed here, the doctor there who said, I'm going to advocate for autism and I'm going to tell people all about autism. And you know what? You can tell people everything about autism. You can tell them about mental health. You can tell them about suicide. But if they're not interested, they are not interested. Okay? Because it's your baby, it's your monkey, it's your circus, it's not mine. So, yes, I agree with the lady. Research, do whatever you need to do to understand autism for yourself first and for your child first. Okay? You don't need to, we can and we want to advocate for other people. And we want to advocate for people with autism, mental health, whatever it is. But you need to accept your child first. So the second thing I've said is that accept your child, and if you don't do it quickly, you're going to find it hard. So you need to, and the gentleman over there said, cry, yeah, mourn, yes, but you know what? So sorry, life sucks. It kicks you up and it says you've got to get up and you've got to fight. You've got to deal with the day. You've got to be a parent. You've got to go and be a doctor. You've got to go and be whatever. Get up and stop feeling sorry for yourself. So sorry, that's life. Okay, you can't sit and mourn for 10 years. Your child is not going to change. The diagnosis is not going to change. So that's the second thing I have said is that, and this was very interesting. Somebody said, my child isn't giving me a hard time. My child is having a hard time processing at that time. So when you realize that your child is having a difficult time right now, your response matters. But you can't, sometimes the meltdown you can't do anything about. So you know what you do? Sit down next to the child. Or go and listen to the music. Go and have my go-to is chocolate. Go and get a piece of chocolate, suck on the chocolate, be mindful, and wait for your child to calm down. Because there is nothing you're going to be able to do right now. She or she is not going to listen. Find that space for you. So, find a space, mindful exercises, reading, find biblical quotes that will help you through the difficult times. Find a song, whatever it is, that's going to help you as well. Also, some of us don't all have money. We don't all have money. We also don't all sit at places where we can take our children to special needs schools and all of those places. And I mean, I work at Indlela Mental Health. I work in New Brighton's Really and Motherwell. I work with teenagers with an intellectual disability. I work in that space. And yes, it's a hard process for parents when they can't give everything to their child. But also, I want you to find things that are inexpensive to do. These games are lovely. I mean, you can get some cheap paint and you can paint it on the pavement with your child. Paint it on the street and when there's no cars. But find ways, to find inexpensive ways, to find a way to release. Don't go and look for the expensive things that you have to do, because you're not going to be able to maintain it all the time. We're not all in that space and in that place of privilege. And I'm sorry if I say it that way, but we're not. Okay. So, the people that we are, eat healthy, drink lots of water. Don't just do this for your child. Think about you too. Think about that vitamin D. When your child is sitting outside playing with a ball, or your teenager is sitting out, encourage them to come outside so you can also get the vitamin D. The other thing is choose your battles. Keep it simple. Choose your battles. Let me say, my sister, who's a year, well, we're not even a year apart, and the one day we were going home on the bus, and the children were teasing me, and my sister got up, and you know, in the good old days, like 30 years, you're allowed to hit children. So she kind of like went over, punched the girl in the face, and we were called into the office and it was explained. But from then on, we got to sit in the front seat of the bus every day. But what I'm saying to you is that choose your battles. You're not going to win them all. Sometimes you don't even have to worry about them. Walk away. That person that has commented about your child in the grocery store, or your child is having a meltdown and you decide to sit down and wait for it to end, don't stress about them. Choose your battles so that you don't overstress yourself, okay? If you're married or have a partner, try and have a date night. Have a date night with your husband or your wife. Find the time. Have a date night with your friends, with your girlfriends. Go out and try and also do something normal as well. Somebody mentioned here about support. And the one thing I've learned as well is that choose the right support. People will support you, but can also be speaking about you behind your back. They may not be your best support. And yes, it's very important to choose a circle of people who sincerely want to support you and believe in you and believe in your children. Okay. What was the other last thing? So, I wanted to say lastly is have faith and believe in the fruits of the Spirit, which are faith, which is joy, self-control, love, patience, kindness. And not just towards other people, towards yourself too. Towards you too. The other thing is have a sense of humor. Laugh, laugh, laugh. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at life. If a child has done something and it's very funny, have a sense of humor. Laugh at life. If you don't want to laugh in front of your child, go out the room and just pack out laughing, because laughter is medicine. It's a natural endorphin. Like exercise is a natural endorphin. Okay. And then learn to love different. Learn to love different. And then I want to say lastly, because I'm a very big advocate on we are all different. If you sit next to the person next to you, you do not look the same. Okay? And sometimes you don't even know if somebody is autistic. You don't even know if somebody has dyslexia. You don't even know if the person suffers from depression. So my thing today is that you are actually all different. You are all unique, just like your children are different. and unique. And somebody else said here today, find your gift. And you know what a gift does not necessarily mean, because I definitely can't draw like that. So other people have other gifts. And what can those be? Being a good friend, being a good listener, helping somebody out who needs a meal. Hospitality is a gift. So every day, just try to do better. And when you walk out here, I would challenge you to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what makes you different? Not just your child. And you're not defined by your child. You're defined by your purpose in God.